Alright everybody, new week, meaning new episode of Keijo, episode 7. Yes, Keijo is back now, and this episode was not only the fan service brought back even to more expectations, but it was mostly about Nozomi's development. Because if you remember guys last week, Nozomi had finding out what's her flaw, what's her weak point with her body. In this episode, they focus on Nozomi's development of using her butt flash technique. Just whipping back and forth with her ass. So that's what it was. So this episode is clearly about training. Just training Nozomi to the limit. Kind of like Karate Kid, where Mr. Miyagi teaching Daniels on how to use, paint the cars. Paint the house, sand the floor, that kind of thing. With this, it was mostly about, again, Nozomi's butt development. And Mayata's wearing the UTM outfit, which we all know in Keijo, when it comes to the ending, they kind of show that episode. They show a little preview of how to get to that. So if you guys remember last week, before the show ended with credits, you see Miyata wearing a UTM outfit. And you're like, oh, why she's wearing a UTM outfit? Then they show you in this episode where Miyata and everybody in the elite class is wearing a UTM outfit to get a more development and develop their boobs. And as for Miyata, she gets really jealous that everybody else got bigger boobs except her. Don't get me wrong. Rin does have small boobs and everything, but that's not the point. The point is about Nozomi. Now, Nozomi is developing the butt flash technique. A technique that is just you whip back and forth. You gotta be a flash technique. So, but to do that, the teacher took Nozomi to the field, tied a rope around her and a turnip, and start grabbing turnips. But not using the hand. We're talking about using her ass technique. So as she's whipping it and whipping it and whipping it, and still she keep breaking up these little particles of turnips. She's trying to get the full turnip. And as you guys watch the training, it's like one of those cliche sports anime where it's you train all day, and then when it gets raining out, I gotta get stronger. This is it. This is the moment. I gotta do this. And she whipped the turnip. And since that training goes on, she just literally cleared out the entire field and got all turnips, whole stack of turnips in good condition. Now, another thing is, while that training go along, before she did that, there was the training where she had to walk in this river with this big river, and has sticks coming by. But the thing about that theory is how the fuck did a stick, just a little stick, manage to knock Nozomi's down? The way they were walking through the river, the current was stable. It was normal. But to have a little stick immediately just knock you down, that's what? That's like saying, oh, a little plastic volleyball just come out and hit me in the face and I go down. Come on. It's just a small little plastic, rubber ball. That makes sense to hit you. You get knocked down from that. But a stick? Wow. Now, she did knock out the stick with her boobs. She actually did. But the point is that this episode was not about a fan service, which they brought back, but it was also Nozomi's development in the whole way that we understand just how important Keijo is. I know Keijo's about the fan service, which I know everybody likes, but it's about the plot it is the plot of how this sport is. So if you guys watch Keijo, don't think of this as a fan service. Think of this as a sport experience. If this was actually a sport in the U.S., imagine how this is gonna be. Imagine this how it's gonna be in every Olympic arena. You see what I'm saying? Just think about it. So when you watch Keijo, just understand that this is not about developing. Just don't think about fan stuff. Just think about character development. Even if it's showing a lot of ass and tits, still it's developing everything. And that's what episode 7 is. Now, episode 7, it gets to a bigger plot where we have the East-West war. So, that means the East versus the West, red versus blue. You get the concept, that's how it is. And it showed the ending scene with Nozomi quickly. We all know she did the butt flash perfectly. She literally did the flash so fast, she took down one of the opponent's shirt off and you can see her bra. So that's oh, she learned. She did it. Finally. Now, Now, before they battle East and West, Usagi, if you guys don't know Usagi, she's the girl that always want to hang out with the blonde hair girl. Always being a pervert on Nozomi by grabbing her boobs and having to sleep in the bed, that kind of thing. So Usagi gets so jealous, she want to battle Nozomi because before the match, they want to have a mock battle. Just to experience it. Because you never know who you're going to be facing in the other, you never know who you're going to face in the next episode. So Usagi, with the long bunny ears, pigtail, is gonna face Nozomi, and not because she wants. She's just jealous. Let's put it like that. This is like a jealous misunderstanding match. So that's it. So next week, episode 8, Usagi versus Nozomi, and we get to see the other team and see what they do. But overall, episode 7 was a great episode. Even though it had fan service, it was all about Nozomi's development that we're going to see in other Keijo matches. So, episode 8, tune in next week.